Welcome to the MIRTEC booth here at IPC APEX. Delighted to be joined by Brian D'Amico. Nice to see you again, Brian.
Nice to see you as always, Trevor.
Okay. So, you've had an amazing year in the last year, quite incredible. Tell us a little bit about some of the highlights of what's been going on.
Sure. Well, we had our most successful year in corporate history last year. We've had 8 consecutive years of growth, with last year being the best. Also, this year, as far as January goes, we did over $2 million worth of business in January, which is kind of unusual because normally people wait till Apex to buy machines, but we were strong going into Apex, and we have 9 machines on the booth. 8 of the 9 are sold already, and I think I might be selling the 9th tomorrow. We'll see.
That's incredible. So how many machines in total have you got out in the field?
In total, we have 17,000 machines now. Yeah, we just sold our 17,000th machine. I can't say it, 17,000th machine. It's too many to say. Yep. To Innovar.
Innovar in Utah?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So we're going to give them a nice plaque and all that fun stuff. They don't know about it yet, but I was talking to Craig earlier. I said I had a surprise for him. That's a surprise. Right,
nice, that's nice. So looking on the booth itself, you've got some new tech as well. You've got the TRMS system here, which you're working with Cogiscan on. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure, absolutely. So TRMS stands for Total Remote Management System. What we did was we collaborated with Cogiscan. Cogiscan is the leading track, trace, control, and connectivity solution out there. The reason why we did that is the TRMS, we need to be able to communicate with all of the machines within the line. So if you think about it, Total Remote Management System, that means that we are actually going to be managing the entire line. So the screen printer, the SPI machine, the pick and place machine, all the way down the line. One of the things and the reasons why we chose Cogiscan is because there's so many different standards out there that there's really no one standard. There's all these different protocols, and we need to be able to communicate with all machines, not only new machines, but also legacy products. Cogiscan allows us to do that. So what we do is we have our TRMS combined with the Connect platform, and what we can do is communicate with each machine. Now we can remotely control using the TRMS dashboard. We can remotely control any machine within the line. So if I wanted to bring up the monitor of, say, the screen printer and do some work on the screen printer, debug, whatever, change some parameters, I can do that from one dashboard. So one person can control the whole line. Beyond that, what we're doing is we're collecting data from all of these machines. The way Industry 4.0 works is we need automation and data, right? And we're collecting what's called big data from the entire line. Once we have that big data, we apply our AI engine, which is predictive neural synthesis. That's what we call it, predictive neural synthesis. That takes the data, analyzes the data, so that we can develop golden parameters that make the line as efficient as possible and manages the quality on the line. So what we're doing at MIRTEC is we don't want to be reactive. Many of our competitors are actually reacting to things within a line. You have a defect, you react to it. Our goal is to be proactive and predictive. By using AI and deep learning, we can predict the proper golden parameters to make the line as efficient as possible.
So these golden parameters, are you able to then pass that data back to the designer
Exactly.
and build that in as a set of rules?
Exactly, yeah. That's the whole thing. What we want to be able to do is okay, if you have a really good process engineer, they can do a great job setting up a line, but you lose that person, or you put another line in, the guy gets kind of stretched thin. We want to be able to take those parameters and implement them at the beginning of the process, so that they're aware of these process parameters. And all the machines are going to have different process parameters, right? Even a difference between screen printers, you're going to have different process parameters. So by providing those golden parameters back to the process engineer, they can use those and implement those at the very beginning of the line.
I think it's a great idea being able to bring the legacy information off the machines, but of course it depends on the age of the machine. You'll only be able to pull off what you can get depending on the type of machine that you're working with. But absolutely, it's a superb idea. So let's take a look around the other side of the booth, because I see you've got a robotic cell that looks really interesting.
Yeah, we do. It's really interesting.
Okay, let's go take a look. Okay, Brian, here we are in front of the universal robot. Explain to me what it's doing here.
Okay, this is a robotic inspection cell, right? So what we've done is we've taken our semi-automatic MV3 Omni 3D AOI system, and we've interfaced a collaborative UR5 robot from Universal Robot. So our friends at Universal Robot gave us this hardware. We also have the gripper and the stand from Pneumatic Engineering, and what we're doing is showing how to automate a semi-automatic process. So we have literally thousands of these machines in the field. So when people are trying to migrate towards Industry 4.0, we're talking about automation. How do you automate your factory? The way you can do that with a semi-automatic process is through robotics. So
let me just see if I've got this right. It basically loads the board onto the inspection system. The inspection system is monitored remotely, and it then decides whether it's a good board or a bad board, and the robot takes the appropriate action and puts it in the correct pallet.
exactly. Well, now it's going to do this kind of autonomously, right? We're going to be able to determine whether the board's good or bad, and it can sort that. Bad magazine, good magazine. You know, it's very easy that it does that autonomously. But yes, it's very important that we could also monitor all of the entire facility, right? The whole thing about Industry 4.0 is being able to monitor the entire production floor, being able to take data from any machine anywhere, and having that fully automated. So we want to capitalize on the data and also full automation.
Right. Yeah. Makes sense. Brian, it's a pleasure as always. Thank you for showing us around the MIRTEC booth today.
Thank you, Trevor.